On one hand, guys, you got the Sledgehammer. Now, honestly, this is the unapologetic V8. Honestly, sounds like it could wake up the whole neighborhood when you crank it on. And in this case, so in this fight, it's the heavyweight fighter that's built for just raw power and straight line speed. Guys, we're not talking about the kind of muscle car that we know today in the case of the Chevy Corvette or the Mustang GTD. We're talking about cars that's built for one thing and one thing only: brute force and a straight line. And guys, that is American muscle. And on the other hand, you got the Katana, right? It's for surgical precision, where balance, technology, and high revving engines create a car that feels just like the extension of your body. It's the nimble warrior, guys, that's born for corners and everything in between. Guys, that is JDM. And for decades, these two automotive giants has battled for the heart of the enthusiasts like me and you. And it's an age-old question of do you like superchargers or turbochargers? Do you like perfect handling or raw power and straight line? This is a clash of two ideologies, and today we put in the two ideologies, the two cultures, and the fan together head to head and breaking down the performance, design, and then the culture to finally settle this age-old debate. Which one is best, American muscle or JDM? Now, this isn't just some random debate. That actually has some very deep roots, guys. It kicks off in the 60s and 70s. In the muscle car era, muscle cars or American was running things. American rules all. Let's producing icons like Ford Mustang, which we all know, the Dodge Charger and Challenger, the Plymouth Barracuda, which is my personal favorite. And the formula was simple. You just took a mid-sized car, stuffed the biggest engine you had or you could find or you could build in that mid-sized car. And I would say it has to be a V8. At least back then, it was all V8. And then focus on one thing and one thing only, unleashing that formula in a quarter mile. And these were symbols of American rebellion or freedom. Like, that's what it represented, and their legacy built the thunderous soundtrack that we know from the V8 or the big block V8 back then. But then there was a challenger that emerges from the east, the far east, during the 80s and the 90s, especially the 90s, guys. The Japanese domestic market, or JDM as we know it, introduced a different kind of philosophy altogether. While American cars was built for brute force, guys, Japanese car engineering was centered around balance, and efficiency, tech, reliability, and something you can use every day and beat. And honestly, legendary names was born like the Nissan GTR, the Toyota Supra, and my personal favorite, the Mazda RX-7. Guys, these cars took the world by storm and proved that you didn't need a massive engine. In case of the 1.3 RX-7, you need a massive engine to be fast. So with smaller, high revving powertrain and advanced technology like turbocharging, the focus was on lightweight, nimble chassis and advanced technology that made these cars very, very dominant in the tight city street and also on the twisty mountains. And just like that, guys, the battle lines were drawn. America had the brawn and the Japanese had the brain. And for car lovers like me and you, the choice we made on which car we like was part of our identity or characteristic. So let's get right into it, guys. When you think of American muscles, you think of one thing, and honestly, one thing only: the engine is the heart of the car, and it's actually where most of the time is spent or paid attention to. Traditionally, this meant a massive V8, often paired with a supercharger, right? And it gives you that surge of power that felt immediate and lag free. You press the throttle, the car just surges itself forward. And modern muscle cars have only amplified this effect. I mean, if you look at the Red Eye, the Dodge Hellcat Red Eye, that car is making a staggering 797 horsepower right from the factory. I mean, dynos show different, like even more in some cases. And you know, we heard rumors of like the new GT500 or whatever going north of 800. Now we're not talking about like cars like the Mustang GTD. And in this case, I didn't even have to bring up the Hellcat with 1,000 horsepower because that's not even necessary for this debate. The philosophy is the same. Overwhelming force. It's about winning the stoplight race and leaving an earthquake in your wake, honestly. But JDM takes a fundamentally different approach. It's not just about straight line speed with these guys. It's not just about horsepower or just looking under the hood and checking out that nice engine with a big supercharger up front on top. Nah, JDM focus more about balance, engineering, reliability. Like, they often use smaller engine and squeeze every last drop of performance out of them with advanced turbocharging. What all the turbos did, guys, all the turbos did bring a lot of lag. I actually used to like the laggy feature, but man, I was young back in the 90s and I was sitting in the passenger seat. I didn't get to appreciate how bad or how much of a complaint it was. But I know in 2025, guys, today, turbocharged are extremely responsive. And this philosophy shines on the track or on a winding road because their lightweight design meant they kept the weight down and made the cars extremely nimble, while the muscle car would be struggling to put any kind of power down on those same winding roads. And so legends like the GTR and the Supra felt nimble and precise, making the driver feel connected to the road and the car. And its reputation is built on decades of proven reliability on the high revving conditions. Them cars last forever, and honestly, they could take more, which we are going to get into in a little bit. However, the game is changing, guys. You see future tech or future rumors, like you see the Charger 6-pack, for example. Not the 6-pack, the Charger Daytona. It's using the EV engine, and it is fast. I mean, 3.3 seconds is not slow. 60, it boasts like 670 horsepower. But I mean, on the other side, you hear wild rumors of electric Supras and electric Lancers coming out. Well, not Supra, but you heard the hybrid Supra, and the GTR coming back out as a hybrid also. And there's current evidence of this move when you look at the Honda Prelude. Bird just did a video on that. I'll go ahead and post it here. But American muscles adapting to deliver raw power no matter the source, apparently, even if they gotta use EV to do it. While JDM continues to push the boundaries of what's possible with advanced engineering. Of course, a car isn't just about what's under the hood, guys. It's about how it makes you feel, right? And American cars are all about presence. I mean, just look at how bold the lines on cars like Mustang. The Mustang was back in the days with its long hood and its fastback design. That silhouette, guys, is classic. Or the Dodge Charger, which honestly is pretty much even the new Challenger is a love letter to what muscle cars used to be. It, uh, very, very bold present, have that bad boy look. Honestly, these designs aren't subtle. They're built to look like they mean business. I mean, and usually they do, projecting the image of just pure power and having the engine to back it up. JDM design, on the other hand, often speaks a different language. It's focused more on sleekness and often leads towards more of a refined look. Actually, sometimes understated, to be honest. The flowing lines of the classic Mazda RX-7 speaks volumes. It says it all. Or like if you look at like how purposeful and aerodynamic Supra look. The design is functional, contributing to the car's lightweight and nimble performance, guys. Uh, this culture was further popularized by games like animes and games. Initial D, for example. I think it was called like Tokyo Extreme. I used to play that game, the street racing game. And it's creating a visual identity recognized worldwide. And this design ethos keeps going forward. Like you look at cars like the new BRZ, the Honda Prelude we spoke about earlier, even carries over some of that sleek design. I'm not saying one is better than the other, guys. It's just different expression of automotive passion. Do you want a car that look like a heavyweight champion, or do you want the ninja and tuxedo kind of car? Guys, the American car community is honestly like a big family reunion. It's just really loud, and it's usually take place in the daytime early. Think about cars and coffee, guys. Cars and coffee, you go there, you get the smells of, burnt fuel and burnt rubber, and especially like at the drag. But to me, everything with muscle cars kind of take place in the daytime. The drag strip, things like that. I mean, there's a huge sense of American pride and nostalgia in owning a Mustang and going up against your friends, your buddies Camaro, and y'all connected through automotive history. Y'all had a fierce rivalry, but it wasn't any kind of real animosity. It was both built on shared passion, and I would say it's mostly friendly between Ford, Chevy, and Dodge fans. The JDM community, on the other hand, was more about the underground scene and the tuning culture, right? Everything takes place at night, where it originated in Japan, obviously racing in the mountains and stuff like that. But it's a world of endless modification and personalization. JDM cars are literally seen as a blank platform, guys, or blank canvas, and their owners take pride in converting that car into something that's an expression of themselves. So everybody's car was really an expression of who they are when it comes to the JDM, and that unique reflection of its owner is what brought the community together. They're incredibly tight knit, also, but for a different reason. Usually connect through online forums. You can usually see somebody's car, kind of know exactly which things fall on, and know exactly what kind of preferences he like when it comes to how a car performs. And let's be real here. There's a practical side to this debate. I've heard from many who switched from muscle cars to JDM, honestly, because they felt like the car was just too much for daily use, or too much power for its cornering ability. It led to the spin-outs you used to see leaving cars and coffee, and felt like they get into a JDM, build it exactly how they want. They could build for handling with wide body kits, or they could build for straight line, which is just massive power. Like take a 3,000 horsepower Nissan GTR, for example. So after all that, which one is actually better? Well, there's the thing, right? Declaring one superior would be missing the entire point altogether. You'll be arguing whether the Sledgehammer is better than like Scalpel, for example. But honestly, the answer is just based on what you want to do, and almost entirely. Are you someone who cares about raw power, the visual feeling, the rumble, or the shaking of the car? And if you're somebody like that that say there's no replacement for displacement, which actually that's a true statement, then the sound of a rumbling V8 is music to your ears, and so you're obviously looking for the Sledgehammer. There's no need to argue that. If you're someone who values precision, balance, the feel of your car, and honestly, the feel of your inputs being directed right to the road the way you wanted it or the way you imagined it when you did it. If you love the science of turbocharging and the art of perfectly tuned suspension, then obviously you're looking for that Scalpel, guys, and you're probably team JDM. And so, yeah, there's no need to argue that. Choosing between them is a reflection of the personality of the driver himself. Do you want the wild party or the intricate work of art, guys? Straight line speed or the corner to corner or corner carving master? It's all up to you. Both are incredible machines, in my opinion, but born from different philosophy, and and both deliver an unforgettable driving experience. Now, if you want to know where I stand on it, however, I'm obviously Team JDM. It's not even close for me because I like looking at the broader picture and, like I said, everything that was mentioned, full engineering of the car, and so that's where I stand on it. But I do not knock the American cars. I actually really enjoy American muscle. At the end of the day, these cars are what connects us all together, guys. So respect both bills, honestly, no matter what side you're on. But now, I really got to turn this question over to you because I really want to know, guys. Let me know in the comment section below, where do you stand? Are you Team JDM or Team Muscle Car? And while you're down there, leave a like and subscribe, guys. And thank you for watching.